Okay guys, I am at the wheatgrass section of what would I do if I was diagnosed with cancer stages 1 through 4. Now this is basically what I would do dietarily and also what I would do for detoxification before I even underwent chemotherapy or radiation treatment and poisoning my body more in order to kill the cancer cells. Basically what I would do is I would make my body and the environment of my body on a cellular level optimal as possible by utilizing living foods. Now this is the wheatgrass I grow. So let's talk about wheatgrass and what I would do with wheatgrass and why I would do it. Oh hey, you know what that is right there? Here. Let me grab it real quick. You know what that is? Should I blow it? Should I blow it, Atlanta? Not yet. Okay, so anyways, here we are. Wheatgrass juicer. This is a Miracle brand wheatgrass juicer. Okay? The wheatgrass I've grown myself. Now, if you want to buy wheatgrass from the store, there's a company called Andy's Way that sells it at Whole Foods, all over Whole Foods, or you can go to Arden's Garden and they'll juice it for you there, or you can go to R. Thomas on Peachtree Road and they'll juice it for you there, or you can just grow it yourself like I do. And by the way, none of these companies is paying me to do this. I'm just trying to help people out in Atlanta who may want to try living foods out for themselves by telling them what I would do and why. Anywho, okay, so the reason I would drink wheatgrass, and I would drink fresh juice wheatgrass daily, and I would also implant it after colon hydrotherapy rectally. I know that sounds taboo, doesn't it? But the fine ladies over at Atlanta Colonic would explain to you the possible benefit of that in their opinion, although it hasn't been approved by the FDA or pharmaceutical funded research. But yeah, I definitely would drink wheatgrass, and I would definitely implant it rectally after colon hydrotherapy, which I would do frequently to help my body detox, get rid of all the junk. And this is the reason. I would use wheatgrass as a blood cleanser. I would use it to nourish my liver. I would use it to dump the trash from my liver. I would use it to help clean my cells out because of the superoxide dismutase. And I would also use it because of the vitamins and minerals it's chock full of and the enzymes that aid in the digestion of those things. Okay? There's a lot of naysayers out there, but like I say to people, don't knock it till you try it. And trying it isn't just doing it for a couple of weeks and just saying, oh, well, yeah, it made me a little bit sick. Well, it made you sick because you were detoxing so quickly. Anywho, so let me just show you how I juice it and what I do, just so you know. Now, like I said, it's a Miracle juicer. I bought this 12 years ago for $350. It's lasted me this long. Now, I would suggest using only electric wheatgrass juicers. You can buy a Miracle plastic, a full plastic one for like $150, $200 now, which is, not taking too much of a bite out of your budget. But if you're a real serious connoisseur like I am, you grow it, you juice it daily, I would highly recommend getting an electric one. You can go for the Green Star, you can go for all the higher brand ones, but you get what you pay for. I paid $350 and it's lasted me for a long time. So here's how I juice wheatgrass. Basically, just going to show you what I use here, okay? As you can see, the wheatgrass root side is going into the feeder, okay? Look what I got here. Look what I got here. See? Just going to screw that a little bit, and you'll see the process. Here we go. Turning it on. Look at that little green dready coming out of there. Can you dig it? All right, check this out. Yeah, that's the lifeblood of the plants. I guess if it comes down to it, if you really wanted to call me a vampire, I could be, but I suck the life out of plants. How about that? All right, see that little green dready there? There's a little bit of stuff coming out there. Boom, boom. And then I'm going to take that green dready one time and I'll throw it back in there to get the most out of it, okay? This is my juicer. I would never do this professionally for anybody. I would wear gloves if I was doing this for somebody else. Keep in mind that I grow this stuff not only for myself, but for people that are dealing with health crises. And I generally do it pro bono for people that are further along in cancer than most. Okay, so we got the juice. That's about 2 ounces of juice. I would definitely juice more than that if I had cancer. I would juice about 4 to 8 ounces at a setting. and drink it and just let it purge whatever it had to, I would probably get sick, but that's fine because the detoxification process, I mean, this stuff really works. If you're on any kind of pain medication, and I made this mistake back when I went to the dentist like 10 years ago. If you're on any kind of pain medication and you drink this stuff, you will detox immediately. If you don't believe this stuff works, try putting yourself on some sort of morphine-based pain medicine for a couple of days and then drinking this stuff and coupling it with green smoothies. Your body will literally go into rapid detox. Okay, that's how I know this stuff works. I've applied it to myself for 12 years and I've helped others apply it in their diet as well. That's why I believe it works. Excuse me, I can't say I know it works because they're gonna come get me. Anywho, wheatgrass juice, you see the sludge on the top there? A lot of people don't like that little bit of foam there. It's kind of like the crema from espresso drinks. Well, I have a solution to that. Tea screen, okay? So I'm gonna pour it into my little cup, into the tea screen. We're gonna get the excess sludge. See that? No more crema. And then before I drink this, I wanna give a shout out to several people, okay? It's kind of a salud. I wanna give a shout out to Brenda Cobb and Jane over at the Living Foods Institute. I wanna give a shout out to Jackie and Gideon Graff. I wanna give a shout out to Arden Zen and Leslie Zen from Arden's Garden. Okay, there's the local folks. I want to give a shout out to Richard Thomas over at R. Thomas. I also want to give a shout out to people nationally, Kevin Gianni from the Renegade Health Show. I want to give a shout out to Victoris Kavinskis. I want to give a shout out to Brian Clements. And I want to give a shout out to a biggest inspiration for me as far as nutritional gurus go, and that is Dr. Gabriel Cousins, MD, out in Arizona at the Tree of Life Center. And of course, my final shout out goes to Jesus, because if I hadn't surrendered myself to the loving Christ Spirit back in 2001, I would have never been led to this stuff. Now, hey Jesus, I definitely stumble in your footsteps, and I could never be the man you ever were, but you're definitely a big inspiration, so word up. Anyhow, that's it, and so salud. Cheers.